Sensational.
Sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy the show.
Would you like fries with that?
On the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Back with you at American Family Field as we wrap up the On Deck show built by Menards and get you set for the finale of this series and the last game of this homestand for the Brewers here this afternoon. Time for a roof update. It's brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. We're 60% open today, 40% closed. Right field has the roof partially shut. The panels are open. It's a gorgeous day here in Milwaukee. A few clouds up top as the Brewers running out of the dugout and onto the field here to get ready for the top of the first inning. With decades of experience providing roofing, siding, and windows, visit BigFishContracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry. Time to drive around the league. It's presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together. They are underway at Fenway, and the Blue Jays out to a 2-0 lead over the Red Sox. That game is in the bottom of the second inning. It's a very small schedule today in Major League Baseball. The other games scheduled today, Minnesota is at Texas, Baltimore is at Seattle. Those are both afternoon games. Later tonight, the Mets in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies, White Sox and the Yankees in the Bronx, Giants in Atlanta finishing up that series with the Braves before the Brewers head into town, and St. Louis is at Kansas City while the Angels are in Sacramento opening up a series with the A's. Well, we're ready to roll with the game. It's brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Start your journey with confidence. We ride with you every mile. Visit Boucher.com. Shane Drowan going through his warm-up tosses. We're just about ready to get this one underway and stepping in with a play-by-play. Here's my partner, Jeff Lever.
Thank you so much, Lane. And a reminder that this copyrighted broadcast is brought to you by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers. Shane Drowan toes the slab for the second time on this homestand. Pitched against the Phillies on Saturday last time out. Picked up the loss. Gave up 4 runs on 8 hits and 5 innings of work. Brewers lost that game 9-8. He is making his 4th straight start in the rotation as he gets Travis Bazzana to lead things off for Cleveland. First pitch is a ground ball to first base. Vaughn has it on a couple of hops. He'll race to the bag and beat Bazzana there. 1 pitch and 1 out for Shane Drowan. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbless. Premium cocktails in a can. Enjoy every pitch at American Family Field and find Carbless right here inside the stadium. Carbless. Less is more. Day like today, Carbless would be a very good option. 70 degrees at our first pitch. As David Fry digs in, squares around the bunt, pulls it back and takes a strike. It's 0-1. First pitch was delivered at 110, right on time. Fry waits and takes a strike again. It's 0-2. 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Shane Drowan. Get you the Brewers defensive alignment in just a moment as David Fry is down in the count. 0-2. Rocks back and deals to Fry. Fouled straight back into the net. Brewers from left to right in the outfield. It's Jackson Chourio, Blake Perkins, and then Jake Bauers. Infield, Ortiz at third, Pratt at short, Terang at second, and Vaughn makes the start at first, and Sanchez does the catching. 0-2. Fry takes up and away. No William Contreras in the lineup today. He'll be back in there tomorrow. Brewers will fly down to Atlanta after the game today, take on the Braves over the weekend. 1-2 is down and in with the breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 of the top records in Major League Baseball. Brewers just percentage points ahead of the Braves. The Dodgers have the best record in the league at 48-27. 2-2 pitch. Fry took it up and in. So from 0-2 to 3-2 goes David Fry against Shane Drowan. Third start of this series for Fry. He's 0 for 5 with a walk. 3-2 pitch is down and in. Did not chase the curveball, and he draws a walk. One out base runner ahead of Brian Rocchio. Rocchio 0-for-7 in the series. Switch hitter that will hit from the right side of the plate. Just 3 left-handers in the lineup today for Stephen Vogt, Bazana, Kyle Manzardo, and Khalil Watson, who's making his major league debut today. Drone's first offering to Rocchio is up and in, ball 1. No walks his last time out for Drowan. In fact, in his return to the rotation on June 1st, Drowan had walked only 3 batters entering play today over the course of 3 starts. Runner at first is Fry, the 1-0. Foul back just to our right. Make a play. Right towards Tim O'Driscoll, our official scorer. He did the right thing and got out of the way. It almost hit our guest public address announcer today, Josh Mauer.
Ball finds you.
He has fallen in for Mark Richards today.
Ball finds you.
1-1 pitch to Brian Rocchio. And a wave and a miss. And the ball is going to be dead. It's going to be a strike on Rocchio, but as he swung and missed at the pitch, it hit Rocchio, making the play dead. The runner at first ended up trying to get to second base, but because of the swing and a miss and it hitting Rocchio, no play. Back to first goes Fry. That's back foot slider. Rocchio missed it, hit him in the foot, and then it bounced off the foot and hit Gary Sanchez on the inner thigh. One ball and 2 strikes. One away in the top half of inning number 1. Drowan's pitch is a swing and a foul back. Slider that got a lot of the plate. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes on Rocchio. Now Josh Mauer filling in for Mark Richards today. Normal public address announcer. Josh available. So he's doing it. He's doing a great job. 1-2 pitch to Rocchio. Fouled in and out of the glove of Sanchez. Stays at 1-2. Maybe we'll have him announce Rhys Hoskins, who's coming up next.
Yeah, I like that. He's kind of hitting for the broadcaster cycle today for the season. He's been on television, he's been on radio, now he's doing the public address.
Yeah. One and 2. Here comes again. Breaking ball hit off the end of the bat and caught by Bryce Trang. Let's listen to Josh Mauer.
First baseman, number 8, Rhys Hoskins.
It sounds like he's done it for thousands of years. Yeah, Josh has done, as you mentioned, TV broadcast, did 4 games on a road trip, beginning part of the season. Of course, radio broadcast, pre and post game shows on both sides. And now public address. Is there anything else he can do other than on-field host? Pitch to Hoskins is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, he hasn't done Sophia's job yet. That would be the one thing. He could be the sideline reporter, right? The
sure.
On-field reporter at some point.
I feel like we could make that happen. 1-0 to Hoskins is a strike on the outside corner. Ball and a strike.
He has engineered games for us when Kent has had to be gone.
Yes.
We need to put him on a camera at some point this year.
He's hitting for the cycle. Going in on Hoskins. 1-1 pitch is a pop-up. First base side, foul territory. Vaughn moving over onto the warning track with room, makes the catch. And the inning ends. So Drowan with a 1-out walk. That is all. Brewers coming up. Yelich, Churio, and Terang on the other side of this break. No score. The Brewers Radio Network presented by American.
Toward the line. Makes the catch as he crashes into the wall.
Dylan Cruz will go back on it near the wall. He's got it.
Oh, what a play by Jazz Chisholm Jr. for out number 2.
Ben's got a late start coming in. He dives and he made the catch. Fairly deep for Reynolds. Ball carrying a bit now to the warning track.
Oh, man, he's becoming the master of robbing home runs.
Shallow center field. Diving in. Catching Cody Clemens. Slow tapper. Ozzie again is going to have to hurry, and that was tremendous. Chasing back is Bench onto the warning track. He makes the leaping catch. Backhanded High ball from foul territory, throws, and Harper applies the tag. On the run is Sosa toward the line. Oh, what a play.
Bryce Matthews will get tested here. Bryce's throw coming all the way home. He's done it again. Paredes drifting into foul territory. Peña's also there. Isa, what a play. Just reached out and found it with a basket catch. Jeremy's like, how'd you do that?
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Wisconsin.com. The first inning is sponsored by Lakeland University. At Lakeland, your work and life experience count toward your degree, saving you time and money. Learn more at lakeland.edu.
Christian Yelich leads things off for the Brewers in the bottom of the first inning. He faces the left-hander, Parker Messick. Off to a great start is Messick. 6-3 at .268 earned run average. Makes his 15th start. First pitch to Yelich is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Yelich led off the game yesterday with a home run, his 10th career leadoff home run. 0-1 pitch coming from Messick. Line drive on a couple of hops to Arias at third. He picks it clean on forehand and throws over to first to retire Yelich, 1 up and 1 down. Stop in and pick up Giants sunflower seeds and other Giants snacks at your neighborhood Quick Trip. Quick Trip Around the Bases is presented by Giants Snacks, and today's contestant in the Quick Trip Around the Bases contest is Debbie Tank of Kiel. Brewers score in the first inning. Debbie would win a $100 Quick Trip gift card, compliments of Giants Snacks and Quick Trip. And the first one is a strike on Jackson Chourio, and it's 0-1. Chourio with a 2-run home run in last night's game. His only hit of the series. He's 1 for 7. Messick's pitch. Broken bat flare on one hop out to second base. Up with it is Bazana, and he throws out Chourio for out number 2. Brewers baseball brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great taste, only 96 calories. It's Miller time. Now it's Terang. 2 quick outs for Messick. Appreciate you tuning into our broadcast today. Whatever you may be doing, kids are out of school, maybe you're out in the car doing some grocery shopping, getting ready for the weekend. Pitch to Terang is a strike on the outside corner. Maybe just got back from a workout class or something. Who knows?
Spin class, maybe?
Yeah. I don't know, I'm a big fan of Pilates. Maybe a Pilates class.
Do you do Pilates?
I would love to do Pilates. I haven't done it enough.
So, yeah, I was wondering if you actually do it.
I have. I have done it once.
I don't think I'd survive a Pilates class.
You're a little tight in the hammies.
Uh-huh.
Here's the 1-1. It's down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Not saying that I'm, loose and limber, but I think I'd have some fun. Here's the 2 under Bryce Terang, and it's low. However, you got us tuned in. Car radio, transistor, maybe on the MLB app. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Thursday day game. Nothing better. The 3-1 to Terang. A ground ball hit to first. Hoskins has it on the second hop. Takes it to the bag. Inning over. We will go to the second inning. No score. Brewers and Guardians on the Brewers Radio Network. Presented by American Family Insurance.
On the baseball field,
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Is now chasing a 2-1 deficit as Johnny DeLuca comes up.
Hey, there's a shot. Well tagged off the bat of DeLuca. That baby is gone.
And the Rays tie this on one swing of the bat from Johnny DeLuca. A rocket shot. It sounded good, looked even better.
That cleared the bullpens and went up into the second deck.
438 feet, longest shot for DeLuca in his career.
Not a smidge of doubt. That ball was absolutely mashed.
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those two socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My two red socks, because, you know, there's two here.
No score. Shane Drowan, a 17-pitch first inning. Manzardo in the series, 1 for 7. Had a base hit yesterday. Left-handed batter facing Drowan, and that's up and in and hit him. Manzardo will reach base. That's the last thing the Guardians need, is another injury issue. They have been littered and just struck by injuries so badly. Out Jose Ramirez, out Angel Martinez, just put Chase DeLauder on the injured list. They are down a ton of offense. Not like the Brewers don't know what they're going through. Brewers did it at the beginning of the year. Guardians are doing it right now. Arias is the hitter, had 2 hits in the first game of this series, including an RBI, and takes a strike. And it's 0-1. Second inning brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Got a game day mess? They've got you covered from first pitch to final inning. Keep your ride looking major league clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash. Arias waits on an 0-1 pitch. And it's a swing and a miss at a slider. It's 0-2. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers. Arias was just activated from the injured list on Tuesday. Had been out since the beginning part of April. Drowan's pitch is high, and it's a 1-2 count. Did not chase the high fastball. And a good crowd this afternoon. Explore Lacrosse Day at the ballpark. So a lot of folks coming over from the west side of the state. 1-2 pitch. Arias fouls it away on a curveball.
The LAX.
The LAX, yes. As opposed to the 405 to the 110 to La Cienega, man. Take a left at the In-N-Out Burger, bro. 1-2 on Arias. And it's a little flare into left field for base hit. Manzardo makes the turn. He's going to try for third base. The throw's going to go behind him to second. The tag not in time. Good play by Jackson Churio throwing behind Manzardo. If the throw is on the bag, they've got an out on Manzardo. Instead, it's a base hit. Runners at first and second with nobody out for Stuart Fairchild. Got in on the hands of Arias, who's strong enough to dump it into left for a single. First hit of the game for Cleveland. And Stuart Fairchild is the hitter, 0 for 2 with a walk on Tuesday. Opening pitch of the sequence, Fairchild takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Brewers thinking bunt, had the corners in on the grass. Ortiz and Vaughn. This is a Guardians team that has really struggled to score runs. 1-0 to Fairchild. And that's a strike at the knees. Threw him a slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming into the series, the Guardians had scored the 3rd fewest runs in the American League. have yet to score 300 runs on the season. The 1-1 pitch is up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Only a handful of teams that have not scored 300 runs in Major League Baseball. In fact, only 3 teams: the Boston Red Sox, the Cleveland Guardians, and the Texas Rangers. The Guardians in a virtual tie in first place with the White Sox as Fairchild takes a strike. And it's 2-2. Guardians have played 2 more games than the White Sox. Every team in the American League Central, I'm just seeing this for the first time, has a negative run differential. Just 2 teams over 500. 2-2 pitch to Stuart Fairchild from Shane Drowan. A couple of looks over at second base, and now here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high fastball. First strikeout of the game, first out of this inning for Shane Drowan. Ortho ASAP strikeout for Drowan. Don't strike out. Get back to the active lifestyle that you want at Ortho ASAP. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. Khalil Watson making his major league debut. Former first-round pick, number 16 overall by the Miami Marlins back in 2021. Left-handed batter waits and takes a strike from Drowan. Was traded to Cleveland for Josh Bell. Was hitting .255 in AAA Columbus. Dozen homers, 35 driven in. 0-1 to Khalil Watson from Drowan. It is low, the breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. It was called up yesterday with DeLauder going on the injured list. One now is low, and a challenge from Gary Sanchez. Only took him 2 innings to challenge one. It's going to be close. ABS Challenge presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and it's a strike. Wham! Yes, you're in. Apparently, Lane and Josh, during my time on TV for the last month, during ABS challenges and correct ones, would throw out Batman sounds. 1-2 on Khalil Watson. The pitch. Chopper, foul off his front foot. So it stays 1-2. Lane, you started saying bam, boom. Oh, boom. And then Josh was pow.
He started saying pow.
So I got wham.
I was kind of waiting to see what you come up with. I like it.
I got wham.
Wham's good. Wham.
What are you, a sheep?
Jim Brewer.
Oh, my God. I'm throwing Goat Boy at me.
Goat Boy.
Oh, my goodness. Here's the 1-2 to Watson. Yeah, and a half swing and a miss. He went around. That's strike 3. That's a whammy.
Whammy. Champ Kind.
Champ Kind. 2 strikeouts in the inning, both brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
So versatile. Yours is very versatile. I like it. I'm kind of jealous now.
Yeah, well, you know.
Wish I would have thought of that one.
Sometimes the big dogs just got to come back into the seat. That's all. Make sure the house is still in order. Here's the pitch to Austin Hedges, and a ground ball hit to short. Cooper Pratt has it. He didn't have a play all night last night. He's able to retire the side on a fielder's choice, and Drowan gets out of the inning, strands a pair of Guardians. We will go to the bottom of the second inning. No score on the.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. de San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Look at this shot.
Little Darren Baker was standing very close behind home plate.
Darren Baker, who's only 3 years old.
And JT Snow picked him up and carried him out of there.
Thank goodness that JT Snow was aware.
That was amazing.
Vaughn leads it off in the home half of the second inning. He is today's cleanup hitter for the Brewers. Brought to you by Loyal Family Renovations. First pitch from Messick on the way to Vaughn, and the curveball drops low. 1 ball, no strikes. Clean up any home damage with Loyal Family, located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for free inspection today. Pitch is up and in on Vaughn. 2 balls and no strikes. Vaughn 1 for 3 in the series. Takes it off the inside corner with a changeup. 3 balls and no strikes on Andrew Vaughn. 3 groundouts against Messick in the first inning. He threw just 9 pitches. Messick's 3-0. Vaughn took it all the way and took a strike. Messick, a throwback type of pitcher for Cleveland. Here's the 3-1. That's down and in, ball 4. Brewers have their first base runner. It's an Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin walk. Ortho ASAP, walk right in. There is a difference. I say throwback because he wears his pants right below his knees, but then wears the old stirrup socks. Sanitaries underneath, stirrups on top. Showing off a lot of white on the sanitary socks too. Bowers at the plate, and the pitch from Messick. A swing and a miss. Good pitch to hit for Bowers. Came up empty. Bowers is 0 for 5 in the series. I wish more players would go back to the stirrup look.
Love it.
I may be in the minority in thinking that, but it's just a classic look. The 0-1 lined in the left, a base hit for Bowers. Just over the leaping attempt of Arias over at third base. The first 2 men are on for the Brewers in the second inning. Brings up Gary Sanchez.
What Jake Bowers has been able to become in terms of a complete hitter, not just a platoon guy, the ability to hit lefties has been one of the storylines of the season for the Brewers. He came in hitting .259 against lefties, .770 OPS. Those are really good numbers compared to the rest of his career against lefties.
Getting a chance to hit against the same-handed pitchers these days. First pitch curveball on the back door to Sanchez for a strike.
I think it's one of the benefits, too, of those injuries early. He had to play against lefties, and that's how you get better against lefties at the same time.
Just got to have your opportunity and thrive in said opportunity. Ground ball towards the middle. It's off the glove of Bazana into shallow center. Vaughn will score. Throw comes to third. Bowers is safe. It's 1-0 Brewers. Bazana getting a glove on that ball, slowing it down enough as it was on its way to Stuart Fairchild in center field, allowing Vaughn to score and get Bowers over to third. Sanchez drives in the run. It's his 20th run batted in of the season. Brewers strike first against Messick. Blake Perkins had such a great game on Sunday against Christopher Sanchez. A 3-run homer, a double. It was his first home run since August of last year. August 3rd to be exact, in Washington, D.C. Here's the pitch with runners on the corners, and Perkins takes up and in. And Perkins has Christopher Sanchez in boldface print in his record book. He has serious ownage over Sanchez now. 6 for 7 lifetime. 1-0 to Blake Perkins. Hit foul off the net behind home plate. Ball and a strike on Perkins. So he's got a homer, a double against Sanchez, also a 2-run double against Tarek Skubal this year. He's got like the Euchre line. Euchre would only hit against Hall of Famers, and then he hit him pretty well. Because those are the days that his regular catcher would want off. It's fouled away by Perkins.
You mentioned the 6 for 7 against Sanchez. 4 of the 6 extra base hits in his career. The home run, the double, and he had 2 doubles coming into that matchup against Sanchez against him.
There's just some guys that, as a hitter, you see better for whatever reason. And for Perkins, that's Christopher Sanchez. And Sanchez has nightmares about Perkins now. Messick's 1-2. It's low and in the dirt, knocked down by Hedges. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Perkins in the 7th spot. Cooper Pratt is on deck, and then Joey Ortiz. Stretch of 4 straight right-handed hitters from Messick. 2-2 pitch. It's high, and Perkins laid off. He fired the hands at it, kept him back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez, the runner at first base. I wouldn't anticipate him running here. Hoskins holding him on-ish. A couple steps off the bag. 3-2 pitch. Perkins fouls it back just below us. 3-2 on Perkins. Long battle. This will be pitch number 7 in the sequence. Remember, Messick only threw 9 pitches in all in the first inning. Messick again sets and deals home. Ground ball hit towards third. They're going to try and come home. The throw is on time, and Bowers is out. Bowers tried to create his own lane, was running about 6 feet onto the infield grass. Arias did a nice job of creating his own throwing lane and somehow got it to Hedges and retired Bowers at home. So rather than giving up a run and trying to turn 2, that ball just missed the shoulder of Bowers. It may have even grazed the jersey top. Almost got him. And so much so that Hedges almost dropped the baseball because Bowers was running right into the throwing lane. It's the way you're supposed to do it. Here's Pratt. 2 for 4 last night. Checking off the boxes. Squares around the bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike on the inside corner. First big league hit, first big league run, first big league run batted in, and his first stolen base last night. It's a lot of boxes to check. Here's the pitch to Pratt, and it's fouled back late on that fastball at 96. Got those hands to it, but foul. Sanchez, the runner at second. Perkins, the runner at first after his fielder's choice ground out. 0-2 pitch to Pratt. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. So he's down on strikes. It's up to Joey Ortiz. Ortiz making his first appearance of this series. At least at the plate. Was 3 for 10 in the Phillies series. Today making the start at third base. The Brewers may have their best defensive alignment out there today in terms of infield. Bowers was over at first. Here's the pitch to Ortiz, and it's down and in. That would be the only switch, putting Bowers defensively at first base. Vaughn certainly has improved defensively over his tenure with the Brewers the last year. But you've got 3 shortstops by trade that are on the field. Pitch to Ortiz is high. 2 balls, no strikes. A run in on the base hit by Gary Sanchez in this second inning. It's a 20 pitch frame from Messick. Ortiz trying to extend the inning to Yelich, who's on deck. 2-0 coming. It's low in the dirt, smothered by Hedges. Three 3-0 on Ortiz. Here's the pitch. It's right in there for a strike. 3-1. Ortiz says he's good. Straps in those batting gloves and digs into that right-handed batter's box. 3 balls and a strike on Joey Ortiz. Playing very shallow in the outfield. Here's a 3-1. Line down the right field line and caught with a dive by Watson in right field. I thought him playing shallow was going to cost him right there, and the Brewers were going to come away with a couple of runs, but Khalil Watson closed the ground and made a diving catch and takes 2 runs away from the Brewers. Good piece of hitting from Joey Ortiz, but it ends in an out. The Brewers get 1. We head to the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Brewers. 3-2 to Vargas. Got him. Fastball at 99. Back-to-back Ks for Miz.
Setting up on the outside corner, and he hit the glove. Perfect pitch by Mizorowski. Excellent command with that fastball.
1-0-1, and he finishes the inning with a strikeout. Miz with 3 Ks. Got him. Blew him away with 99. 5 Ks in the first 2 innings for Mizorowski. And he struck him out. 10 Ks on opening day for Miz.
Ground ball towards second. Once more from Marte. Sliding grab. What a play.
Hernandez is going back at the wall, and he made the catch.
Jackson Merrill back at the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Merrill robs a home run.
That is stroked to left field. Newbar dives. He makes the catch. Austin Martin sprawling out with another spectacular catch.
Converging are Pete Pro Armstrong and Ian Happ. Pete makes the sliding catch.
Tucker will pick it up. They're going to send a runner. Throw to the plate. Tucker
rolled to third. That's a fair baseball. It's Keith making the play.
Left side of the infield. Mason Wynn has it. His throw to first. He got it. Ball to short. Mason Wynn. He's got it. Runs to the bag. Throws on the run. And he got it.
What a play by Mason Wynn. One of his best of the year.
Chasing it, Peraza, long run, and Peraza makes the catch. Ground ball to third. Backhanded by Beatty. Long throw across the diamond, picked by Wagaman in time for the out.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Take things up a notch with Pine River's Kickin' Dill Pickle Cheese Spread. Bold, tangy twist from Wisconsin's favorite, Pine River. Try some on a Usinger brat if you like. After a little sausage, go for the heavier cream like ice cream from Cedar Crest. Cold, creamy, and always delicious. You know what's always delicious? Tossing it over to Lane Grindle for some play-by-play in the 3rd. Go get him, Tasty.
Thanks. Travis Bazzano will lead things off for the Guardians. Rowan looks in, worked around a little bit of trouble in that second inning to put up a 0, and first pitch misses low to Bazzano with a sinker. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Bazzano grounded out on the first pitch of this game back in the top of the 1st inning to the first baseman Andrew Vaughn. The 1-0 pitch, that's over but low with another sinking fastball, that one at 95, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Brewers able to get a run across in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Probably felt like they could have had more. Try to keep the pressure on Messick throughout the course of this outing as Drowan misses high, and it's 3 balls and no strikes now on Bazzano. Top of this Guardians order, Bazzano, Fry, and then Rocchio. Drowan trying to get himself back into this count. The 3-0 pitch and taking all the way. Bazzano takes his strike. It's 3-1.
Bazzana just 1 for 7 in the series. And a 3-1 pitch. Tapper out in front of the plate. Off the mound to field it is Drowan. Spins and flips to first in time to take care of Bazzana. That was just a little excuse me, didn't mean to do it check swing. And he puts it in play. And Drowan, after going 3-0 on Bazzana, ends up getting himself back into the count and then getting the ground out. So 1 away for David Fry, former Brewers farmhand. He was traded to the Guardians a few years ago for J.C. Mejia. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And Fry has found a good home in Cleveland. He's 30 years of age now. He was an all-star in 24. Hit 14 home runs that year for Cleveland. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. He has spent a lot of nights in the state of Wisconsin when he was a Wisconsin Timber Rattler back in the day. For David Fry. Drowan's 0-2 pitch. And he missed low with a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fry 0 for 5 in the series. 1 for his last 17 at the plate. He did walk back in the first inning. Drowan's 1-2 pitch, and he missed inside. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A gorgeous day here today in Milwaukee. Drowan long look in, and now the 2-2 pitch is rolled foul over near the Guardians on deck circle. It stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers have their pitching lined up for that series in Atlanta. It's going to be a Miz night tomorrow night in Atlanta. That's going to be fun. 2-2 pitch and lined foul down the left field line. Do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Harrison will go in that series also against the Braves. Braves scuffling about as much as they have at any point during this season. They've lost their last 3 coming into today. They do have Drake Baldwin back. They've dealt with some injuries over the last couple of weeks. 2-2 to Fry is a broken bat flare foul and out of play down the left field line. And he's going to have to get some new lumber.
They'll be without Ronald Acuna.
Yeah.
Got a hamstring issue. Brewers will see Bryce Elder tomorrow, a right-hander, then Chris Sale, then Grant Holmes. All 3 have been tough on the Brewers in the past.
Holmes has been especially tough on the Brewers at times. Of course, Sale and Elder, you would expect them to. Elder's having a great year. Sale having another very good year.
Harrison against Sale is the matchup on Saturday afternoon.
Those are some great pitching matchups in that series against arguably 2 of the best 3 teams in the National League right now. That's not arguable by record. Pitch is up and away and all the way back to the backstop. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes here on David Fry. Those are the 3 best records, those 2 and the Dodgers. So it's going to be a lot of fun down there in that weekend series in Atlanta. And then the Brewers head to Cincinnati for 3 with the Reds. Drowan's 3-2 pitch and a fly ball into left center field and deep. Churio's back onto the warning track at the wall. He jumps up and he can't pull it back. It's out of here into the Brewers bullpen, and David Fry with his 4th home run of the season, and he gets this game tied at 1. Had a lot of launch angle on that one off the bat of Fry. It was a sinker down at the very bottom of the zone. And he just snuck it out of here. Churio got back there, tried to time it up, and just could not pull that one back in. Looked like it hit off the very top of the wall, perhaps not hit behind, I think, the wall. Just skirted over it.
He got rejected by the wall again. Yeah. That's happened 2 or 3 times for Jackson Chourio, where he gets back to the wall and then jumps into the wall rather than jumping straight up.
Right. Yeah, we saw that earlier this season as well from Jackson. And so we are tied at 1, and here's Brian Rocchio after Gary Sanchez went out there for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to chat with Drowan. Drowan just the 4th home run he's allowed this year. He's been pretty stingy in that department. First offering to Rocchio is a swing and a miss at a curveball. It's 0-1. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going cross town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill up along the way, like 3 cents off every gallon every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. That's one of those things you have to remind yourself. Jackson's still a pretty young player, and as he continues to move along in his career, this one's popped up back of first base. Vaughn trying to get out there, so is Terang. Neither will get there. It dumps into shallow right for a base hit for Rocchio. Not hit well. Good pitch made by Drowan in on the hands of Rocchio, and he was jammed and just muscled it over the infield and into shallow right. And now here's Rhys Hoskins. But for Chourio, just getting more comfortable playing the wall. That's a challenging skill set for outfielders. You have to figure that's only going to get better with an athlete like Jackson. Drowan's first offering to Hoskins, and he checks on a pitch that missed inside. It's 1-0. So the Guardians have tied it back up on the solo shot from Fry, which was his first hit of this series. Drowan looks at first, and now will throw that way, and back in time is Rocchio. He is the biggest threat on the base paths that Cleveland has. He has 12 stolen bases on the year. And Drowan trying to keep tabs on him over there at first base. Uses a disengagement. And now the 1-0 pitch. That missed down and in. 2 balls and no strikes on Hoskins. Rhys popped up in foul territory back in the first inning. I know you had a chance to say hello to Rhys today, as did I. One of the true gentlemen in the game. Rhys Hoskins, one of the good guys in baseball. There's no doubt about that. 2-0 pitch. Missed down and away. 3 balls and no strikes on Hoskins.
Kind of the guy that no matter what he does in life, he could have been whatever he wanted. He was going to be successful.
People skills.
Yeah, just happens to be an outstanding baseball player too.
3 balls and no strikes on Hoskins. Drowan brings home the pitch. That missed inside, and he walked him. And command been a little bit of an issue in this inning for Drowan. Really, you can say in all 3 innings. He had a walk in the first inning, hit a batter in the second inning. Remember, he was 3-0 on Bazana before he got the check swing ground out. Had the long, lengthy battle with Fry that Fry ended up winning with the solo home run. And then just walked Hoskins on 4 pitches. And so Chris Hook is on his way out for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. With wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks, it's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. So a little work to do to get out of this inning now for Drowan. You can still get the ground ball in turn 2 and get out of here. But this has been a lengthy inning. 20 pitches now in the inning for Drowan. He's up to 54 pitches. He has just 1 out in the 3rd. So he has not been overly efficient so far today. Chris Hook is now finished with his conversation. Gary Sanchez and Lance Barksdale on their way back behind the plate. Here's Manzardo, who was hit by the pitch back in the 2nd inning. 1 for 7 in this series. This is a Cleveland offense that has really struggled to score runs. But Manzardo, one of the guys that is actually swinging it pretty well of late. Drowan looks at second and brings home the pitch. And Manzardo, a check swing, grounder to 3rd. Back barehanded rather by Ortiz. He throws to first in time, and he gets Manzardo for the 2nd out of the inning. Nice play by Joey Ortiz back over at the hot corner with the emergence of Cooper Pratt. And Joey played a great 3rd base back in 2024. And he made that play look rather routine-like, and it was anything but. The runners move up to 2nd and 3rd. They're there with 2 outs. And now it's Arias. Arias, a base hit back in the 2nd inning. 1 for 1 today. Drowan trying to get out of this inning with the score still tied. The pitch is fouled out of play behind home plate. And it's 0-1. Yeah, if you're heading to a Brewers game, Potawatomi Sportsbook will get you there. Make any purchase or same-day bet for a shuttle wristband. Space is limited. Visit Potawatomi.com for details. Drowan's 0-1 to Arias. And he missed low with a curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Arias has had a good series, 3 hits in the series with an RBI. It's a big moment early in this game. Runners at second and third and 2 outs. Momentum shifting at bat for both sides. The 1-1 missed outside with the slider. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Great opportunity for Drowan to limit the damage in this inning here if he can take care of Arias. Here's the 2-1, and he missed down and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. You've got Fairchild in the on deck circle, and you do have first base open. So if he ends up losing this battle with Arias and walks him, it's not necessarily the end of the world. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and a tapper right back to Drowan. Fields it on a hop, runs halfway to the bag, flips it to Vaughn, and Drowan's out of the inning with no further damage. He allows the solo home run to Fry, and that's the only damage that's done. We're tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Is back.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
And 1 pitch, 1 out. Mets have him first and third. Little pop towards short. Mason's got it. Rocket to first, and they doubled him up. Bichette wandered too far off first, and Mason Wynn guns him out.
Mason Wynn caught it, threw a bullet to first base to double up Bo Bichette.
How about that?
A 6-3 double play, doubling up the batter Young and Bo Bichette, leaving Soto at third.
Rice with a 2-out RBI double to right field in the first inning. Driven deep to right field. Going back rally. Track. Wall. See ya. Ben Rice red hot with a solo home run. Yankees lead 5-2.
The look of a hitter who is locked in early in the season.
And Ben Rice is, I can't believe it, his first home run of the season, 427 feet. It takes the sails out of what's going on in the dugout. That makes a big difference that the first batter came up and immediately gets one of the runs back.
Support your hometown team, and our bankers can help you achieve your financial dream. Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Christian Yelich to lead things off for the Crew against Parker Messick. We're tied at 1. Brewers and Guardians. Good job by Drowan to limit the damage in the top of the 3rd to just the solo home run off the bat of David Fry. Messick's first pitch to Yelich is down and away, and it's 1-0. It was a 24-pitch 2nd inning for Messick after just a 9-pitch 1st inning. Brewers able to get a run across against him. Messick, the lefty, out of the windup, the 1-0 pitch, and Yelich took a strike on the outside edge. And it's 1-1. Messick is coming off a career worst 5 runs, 4 of which earned in his last start on Wednesday of last week. Took the loss in the 8-4 defeat as Yelich swings on it, fouls it out of play behind home plate. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Went 5 2/3 in that start against the Yankees. Messick's 1-2 pitch, and this is a drive out to right center field, headed back towards the wall. It'll one-hop the wall and up and over it and into the Guardians bullpen. It's an automatic double for Christian Yelich. Top spun it just a little bit for Yelich on a changeup that was on the inner part of the plate, and Yelich was $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining. Here's Jackson Chourio. Chourio grounded out on a broken bat back in the 1st inning. 0 for 1 today. Brewers in business And Jackson swings on it and fouls it out of play. First base side, it's 0-1. Right out of the gate here in the bottom of the third. The pressure back on Messick. No balls and 1 strike on Chourio, who has been raking against lefties this year. Messick looks at second in the pitch, and a half swing and a miss on a cutter that was up. And it's 0-2. Chourio hitting .375 against lefties, 3 home runs and 7 driven in. Brewers have a bunch of hitters that are doing major damage against lefties this year. 0-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. Swung through a cutter at the top of the strike zone. And Chourio is retired. That's the first out of the inning. And before Terang hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Bryce Terang is the batter. Yelich still at second with 1 away, and Bryce takes a breaking ball low for ball 1. It is 1-0. 1-1 your score. Bottom of the third inning with Jeff Levering and Kent Sommerfeld. Lane Grindle with you here this afternoon from American Family Field. Terang grounded out against Messick back in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch, and he took a strike at the bottom of the zone. It is 1-1. That was a slider. Terang with 3 hits in this series, including a home run in game 1. A swing and a miss on a fastball at 96. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball about belt high over the middle of the plate. That's a pitch that Bryce usually gets some damage done against. And Messick will wheel back towards second, and back to the bag without a throw is Yelich. Brewers trying to cash in on this leadoff double from Christian. Both teams with 3 hits in this game so far. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball at 98 from Messick. And after the leadoff double, back-to-back strikeouts of Chourio and Terang, and now here's Andrew Vaughn. Well, when the game is on the line, the Brewers rely on their elite bullpen. When your oral health is on the line, rely on a WDA member dentist. To find a WDA dentist near you, go to WDA.org. So here's Vaughn, who's maybe been the most dangerous hitter against lefties this year. He walked back in the second inning against Messick. First offering to him is inside. It's 1-0. Brewers need a clutch 2-out hit to try to get Yelich in here and not waste this leadoff double. Vaughn hitting .514 against lefties this year. 18 for 35. As he checked, they appeal to first. He didn't go. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. That was a curveball down in the dirt to Vaughn. Hitting .385 over his last 27 games. He has been a real weapon in this lineup for Pat Murphy. Messick looks at second, and the 2-0 pitch. That's down in the dirt. Smothered nicely by Hedges, the catcher, and it goes to 3-0 on Vaughn. Vaughn, who walked back in the second inning, and now they're just going to put him on. So an intentional walk of Vaughn. That'll get the lefty up in Bowers. Bowers, who got a hit off of Messick in his last at bat back in the second. So runners hit first and second now for the Brewers with 2 outs. Ortho ASAP walk. And can Bowers come through here in a clutch situation for the Brewers in this bottom of the third? Messick, a big deep breath in the pitch, and Bowers checked on a strike anyway with a fastball at 96 that clipped the outside edge. No balls and 1 strike. A 1. Breaking ball that missed inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bowers base hit the second. That was his first hit of the series. Former Cleveland Guardian himself, Jake Bowers. The 1-1. And he swings on it, fouls it back to the backstop. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was a big prospect when he was acquired by Cleveland. And he is having a career year so far this year in Milwaukee. Already a career high in home runs with 13. And as we said earlier, he's been getting better and better against left-handed pitching. 1-2 pitch. And he checks on a pitch that gets away. They appeal to third. He didn't go, and moving up 90 feet are Yelich and Vaughn. So now the runners at second and third, and a 2 ball 2 strike count on Bowers. It'll be a wild pitch charged to Messick. And now a base hit could get you 2 if you're the Brewers and Jake Bowers. Jake will use a timeout. Never actually gets out of the box here, just doing a little manicuring in the box. Now takes a step out and climbs back in there. 2-2 the count here. Messick out of the windup, brings home the pitch. That's up and away, and the count is full. 3-2. You would love to get Sanchez to the plate in this spot. He lurks in that on deck circle for the Crew. Messick out of the windup, the 3-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball at 98. Bowers went after it. It was up and out of the zone. Probably would have been ball 4. Well, Bowers strikes out with a couple of runners in scoring position. Brewers can't cash in on that leadoff double. We go to the 4th inning. It's a 1-1 ball game on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Toward the line. Makes the catch as he crashes into the wall.
Dylan Cruz will go back on it near the wall. He's got it.
Oh, what a play by Jazz Chisholm Jr. for out number 2.
Ben's got a late start coming in. He dives and he made the catch. Fairly deep for Reynolds. Ball carrying a bit now to the warning track.
Oh, man, he's becoming the master of robbing home runs.
Shallow center field, diving in, catching Cody Clemens. Slow tapper. Ozzie again is going to have to hurry, and that was tremendous.
Chasing back is Bench on the warning track. He makes the leaping catch.
Backhanded by Baldwin from foul territory, throws, and Harper applies the tag. On the run is Sosa toward the line. Oh, what a play.
Bryce Matthews will get tested here. Bryce's throw coming all the way home. When he's done it again. Paredes drifting into foul territory. Pena's also there. Isa, what a play. Just reached out and found it with a basket catch. Jeremy's like, how'd you do that?
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Child lead things off for Cleveland against Shane Drowan. Brewers unable to cash in the bottom of the 3rd inning with a scoring opportunity. First pitch from Drowan is in there for a strike on Fairchild. It's 0-1. Brewers are 1 for 7 already in this game with runners in scoring position. That's good and bad news. Good news is they're getting a lot of opportunities. Here's a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Bad news is, despite being one of the
strike off.
best teams in baseball with runners in scoring position, that trend hasn't happened so far today. And that is a ball. So a loss for Stuart Fairchild on his ABS challenge. I guess that's a boom too. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Fairchild. The pitch missed high. 2 balls and 1 strike. I should back up. That was a win for Fairchild. Pitch was low. It was initially called a strike.
So we don't get sound effects for losses.
Yeah, I unboom it. There's a strike from throwing on a curveball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So we mob it or move it.
Yeah, pull it back. Recall. 2-2 on Fairchild. Drowan brings home the pitch, and he got him looking. That's a boom anyway. Strikes out Fairchild for the first out of this fourth inning. Drowan with his third Ortho ASAP strikeout of the day. Don't strike out, get back to the active lifestyle you want at Ortho ASAP. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. Here's Khalil Watson. First pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Watson making his debut today. Struck out against Drowan back in the second inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a liner to left coming in, though, is Churio to make a catch around the knees to retire Watson. And there's two away for Austin Hedges. A reminder from Schneider and their professional truck drivers: distracted driving puts everyone at risk. Stay focused and drive safe. So two quick outs for Drowan, who had a lengthy third inning. He's at 67 pitches as he tries to finish off this fourth inning. It's the number 9 hitter Austin Hedges at the plate, who's swung it well against lefties over the course of his career, and certainly this season. First offering to Hedges. Squares to bunt, pulls it back and takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Hedges, a fielder's choice to end the second inning. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. A nasty curveball from Drowan. Down and in, and he's got Hedges behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Carbless, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local retailer. Carbless, less is more. Drowan out of the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Missed high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball at 93. Might have been a bit outside as well on that pitch. To Hedges, who's got a 9-game on base streak. 1-2 pitch. And that missed low. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jeff said it earlier. Great crowd here today. It's one of the better day game crowds we've had this year. 2-2 is hit high and deep down the left field line, but hooking foul. Had plenty of home run distance. It was a curveball down and in, and he essentially golfed that ball down the left field line, but it was definitely foul. Drowan's 2-2 pitch. And he missed a little bit low with a sinker, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Drowan up over 70 pitches now. That was number 73. So it's not going to be an overly lengthy start from Drowan. Get through this inning and maybe have one more in him. 3-2 pitch. And a fly ball to right. It's going to be playable for Bowers. In and to his left, just a couple of steps. Makes the catch. And the inning is over. A much needed 1-2-3 fourth inning for Shane Drowan. We go to the bottom of 4, tied at 1 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and oh no, it'd be a home run.
Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett trying to block a 3.
Now, there's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
He hits him right in the palm of the glove.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Oh, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle. That's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball. Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging. It's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa.
It's by the pole, and Siri got it. He went up and got it.
That, folks, is the magic of baseball.
Royo on the spin, smother, got it.
Fundy goes behind the back.
How about that?
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Gary Sanchez to lead things off for the Crew. It'll be Sanchez, Perkins, and Pratt against the left-hander Parker Messick, who is through 53 pitches in his first 3 innings of duty so far here this afternoon. Brewers going for a sweep against Cleveland after winning 2 out of 3 from Philadelphia to begin this homestand. First pitch to Sanchez is a touch outside with a sinker. It's 1-0. Gary, an RBI single back in the second inning. 1-0 pitch. He is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. He's done a really nice job for no more than he has played, and as sporadic as his at-bats have been, taking advantage, especially here in the last month or so. There's a strike on a curveball, and it's 2-1. He has been in a good groove at the plate of late. 2-1 pitch. Way inside to Sanchez. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. And in that role, there's a lot of start and stop. Not a lot of consistency in terms of how much you're seeing live pitching. So pretty good skill from Sanchez. 3-1. And that one's low. It's a walk to Sanchez to start up the inning. So the Brewers have their leadoff man aboard for the 3rd consecutive inning. Sanchez has been on base twice today. Ortho ASAP walk. When pain can't wait, walk right into Ortho ASAP. Same day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com.
9th game of the month of June for Gary Sanchez. He's now 8 for 18. 3 walks, just 1 strikeout, couple of home runs.
That'll play. For the role that he has, that'll play in a big way. Here's Blake Perkins. He squared the bunt, pulled the bat back, and took a strike on a sinking fastball at 94. It's 0-1. Brewers honored James Benash, U.S. Army Vietnam era tour in Korea as well. American Legion post commander as well in Unalaska. Got a great ovation from the crowd here today, as all of our great veterans do and service members do when they are honored here at American Family Field. The 0-1 to Perkins, and he took low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Reminder that retired veterans can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. 1 ball and 1 strike on Perkins. Messick brings home the pitch, and this is lined down the left field line. It is a fair ball. It'll roll into the corner for Blake Perkins. Sanchez around second. He's going to be held at third. The ball was misplayed for a moment by Fry in the corner, but Matt Erickson, with nobody out, playing it conservatively, and rightfully so. Perkins ends up at second with a double, and the Brewers are in business here in the bottom of the 4th. $75 to the Mac Fund, courtesy of West Bend, this silver lining. And now a great opportunity in this one for Cooper Pratt. Second and third and nobody out. This is a guy that has been known for putting the ball in play over the course of his career in the minors. And the Guardians will bring that infield in against Cooper Pratt. First pitch is a line drive into center. On the move is Fairchild. He'll get there to make the catch. Tagging is Sanchez. Down the line, he will score. It's a sac fly for Pratt, and the Brewers back in front 2-1. So Pratt put it in play and does the job on an elevated fastball. He sent it out to center, and the Brewers not worried about Fairchild's arm out there in center field. Let Sanchez tag from third, and they're back out in front. Perkins stays put at second. Pratt with his 2nd career RBI, and it's a go-ahead RBI here in the 4th. And now here's Joey Ortiz. Messick brings home the pitch to Joey. That's high, and it's 1-0. Ortiz lined out to right field back in the second inning on a very good swing. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that caught the outside corner with a curveball. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Brewers back in front. They'd like to at least get that second run in this inning, with Perkins standing at second with 1 away. 1-1 is hit foul into the net behind home plate, and it's 1-2 on Ortiz. Yelich is in the on deck circle for the Crew. So he most likely will get a shot in this inning as well. Brewers with 2 runs on 4 hits against Messick so far this afternoon. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Went after a changeup in the dirt. Hedges will have to throw to first to complete the strikeout. He does so. And it's going to be up to Yelich. Drive Around the League. It's presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together. Minnesota's out to a 4-0 lead over Texas down in Arlington. That game's in the bottom of the second inning. Toronto leads Boston 3-1 at Fenway in the top of the 8th. Only other games in action this afternoon. First pitch to Yelich is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Yelich is 1 for 2 today, had the double back in the third. Messick approaching 70 pitches. This next one will be number 68 for the southpaw. 0-1. Yelich flinched at a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. Two-seamer at 95. Very good pitch from Messick. Lower inside corner against Yelich, and he's got him behind here. 0-2. Messick looks at Perkins in the pitch, and he floated one upstairs. The fastball at 95. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yelich with 3 hits in the series. Had the home run last night to lead off the bottom of the first inning. 1-2. That is up and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming after him with a lot of heaters. It's been all heaters so far from Messick to Yelich. 2-seamers and 4-seamers. 2-2. And a chopper right side. Big hop for Hoskins. He fields and then flips to Messick, who beats Yelich to the bag by a step. And the inning is over. Brewers get back in front, though, on the sac fly off the bat of Cooper Pratt. It's 2-1 Crew as we go to the 5th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
High-tech. I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
He leaps, he makes the catch, bangs into the fence, and holds on for the out.
Robbed by Marcy in center.
Ranging play by Volpe, the shortstop, glove spins, throws to first in time. What a play.
Tommy Troy with a terrific diving grab.
Another spectacular play at third by the 10-time Gold Glover.
Sanchez reaches up and makes the catch. Jump to the first, Caballero in time. What a play by Caballero.
Dives and makes the catch on the track. Jace Bowen laying it out.
Junior dives like Superman and makes the catch.
Then a leaping grab by Delgado along the line.
Caught the ball and doubled him up. How about that?
Beautiful play by Brett Beatty, who's having himself an afternoon.
And caught by Volpe, ball game over.
And Lee makes the catch. Oh, baby, what a play. Caught by Madrigal.
The hops of the Magic Man.
Throws it all the way to first on one hop. Got him. What a play.
That is vintage Zach Neto. What a play on that one.
puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Jeff Levering. Thank you, Lane. It's the top of the order, starting with Bazana against Shane Drowan. Pitch number 75 in the outing for Drowan. Inning number 5, a 2-1 Brewers lead, and Bazana took a strike. He's grounded out to first base and hit a tapper back to the mound, 0-4-2. 1 out of 8 in the series. And takes another breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-2. Solo home run from David Fry, the only run for Cleveland. Brewers getting an RBI single from Gary Sanchez in the second, and a Cooper Pratt sac fly in the fourth to take the lead. 0-2, missed outside. Gary Sanchez thought about using a challenge. Good that he didn't. Both teams have their full complement of challenges remaining. 1-2 coming back. Line foul off the net. Brewers trying to get some length out of Shane Drowan. The Brewers had a short start from Brandon Sproat yesterday, 3 2/3. Chad Patrick went 3 1/3 innings in relief. 1-2. Just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers will have Jacob Mizorowski tomorrow. 2-2. Roll foul first base side. Braves just switched up their starting rotation. Originally thought to be Elder, Sale, and Holmes. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 called, and Bazana is going to challenge.
The batter is challenging the strike call.
ABS Challenge brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Bazana is going to win it. And it wasn't that close either.
Call is over, targets the ball.
Sanchez made it look good, but it was a good 2.5 inches from being a strike. A worthy challenge from Bazana. Saw a challenge in a game last night, 3-2 pitch, and it's down and away, and he works a walk. It wasn't in this game, but I believe it was the Yankees-White Sox game where a pitch missed by over 6 inches. That was called a strike.
That's a tough miss.
Very egregious, yes. 6 inches high. That's 2 baseballs. That's a big miss. David Fry at the plate, homered his last time. He's also walked. One of 3 walks issued by Drowan. Gets a swing and a miss on the cutter. And it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. It's a strike. 0-2 on Fry. Quick vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. That's a big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. 0-2. Runner at first. Bazana. He's the tying run. Bullpen is moving for the Brewers. Drowan's pitch is inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joel Kuhnel is the first man to start playing catch for Pat Murphy tonight. Trying to pitch around traffic again. Just 1 clean inning for Shane Drowan this afternoon. 1-2 and set a toss over to first base. Roof more than half open. Only Jackson Churio in left field basking in the sunlight. Everybody else in the shadows. 1-2. They've got him picked off. Vaughn will throw to second base. Tag applied by Pratt, and he's out. Good move by Shane Drowan. They pick off Travis Bazana, and that erases the leadoff walk in the 5th inning. Goes down as a pickoff and a caught stealing. 1-3-6. scoring along with us. Pratt, a moving target that Vaughn had to hit. Hit him right in stride. Fry with a 1-ball 2-strike count on him. Back out of the windup goes Drowan. Rocks back and deals to Fry. Missed outside. And a couple of those pitches where he has not finished the slider, leaving them out arm side. And the pitch is popped up. Foul territory, first base side, and in the seats. A couple of rows behind the Brewers dugout. Fry has seen a lot of pitches in this series. Remember, in game 1, he had an 11-pitch walk in his first at-bat of the series. Had a 9-pitch AB earlier today, a 7-pitch walk as well. This is pitch number 6 of this sequence. 2-2 from Drowan. Sanchez going in. And a fly ball into right center. Perkins coming in. It will be Bowers instead that comes over and makes the catch about waist high. First time that Fry has been retired this afternoon. 2 outs for Brian Rocchio. Perkins and Bowers both looking at each other going, you could have had that right. Well, yeah, but you called it, so you call it, you take it. Rocchio base hit to right and a line out to second base. Neither hit hard. First pitch cutter for a strike. Two to 1 Brewers in the 5th. Drowan gets a foul at home plate. Gary Sanchez tried to grab it, juggling the one baseball in the right hand, in the glove, in the right hand, tap, 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 tap. It was like a salesman testing out new cat toys. It's knocking them around. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Brian Rocchio, and a fly ball into center. Perkins, one step to his left, now one to his right, makes the catch. Inning over. Halfway home, and the Brewers have a 2-1 lead over the Guardians on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
From the post-game to the morning show, there's no rest for...
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
There's the tic-tac-toe game. He's got it started. We'll see if Wally Joyner wants to play.
Aha! Good move.
Good move, Wally.
That's a good move.
It's a block by Lyons. Joyner now.
He's going to the bottom left corner.
This is Steve Lyons. He put 2 X's in on 1 turn.
For the victory.
Now he tells him, I cheat.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Messick, 71 pitches for Messick. Shane Drowan with 5 strong innings, allowing just the 1 run on 3 hits. A solo homer by David Fry. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks to go along with it. First one to Churio. Big curveball for his strike. And it's 0-1. Churio takes low. Tried the change up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brewers with a 2-1 advantage as we play in the bottom of the 5th inning. Third time through against Messick. Nobody loosening in the Guardians bullpen as Chourio takes up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Messick has gone at least 5 innings in each and every one of his starts, typically 6, sometimes 7. Pitch count is not in too much jeopardy. 2-1. Swing and a foul. That was off the mask of Austin Hedges. That was a big cut from Jackson Chourio on a changeup down and in. Two runs on 4 hits for the Brewers. Couple of doubles, couple of singles. Messick has struck out 5. 2-2. And he's now struck out 6 as he gets Jackson Chourio swinging. Bryce Turang 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout. Messick still dealing. Turang takes outside, ball 1. The pitch home, a swing and a miss. Something about that fastball from Messick today has the timing of Bryce Turang off a hair. He's thrown some pitches that have been very hittable in the strike zone, but Turang has come up empty. 1-1. That's a strike at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That 4-seam fastball has that invisible look to it. It's got a lot of arms and legs coming at you. And the 1-2 pitch to Turang. It's down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was pitch number 80 for Messick. Vaughn on deck. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Fastball on the outside corner at 97. 7 Ks now for Messick. Sounds of summer. Crack of the bat. Chirps of the birds. Sizzle of the grill. It's summertime in Wisconsin, and there's nothing better, especially when the menu includes Usinger's famous sausage. It's made right here in Milwaukee, and it's simply the best you can get. I'll vouch for that. 2 outs for Vaughn, who's walked twice and lines 1 to right. Back goes Watson in front of the warning track, makes the catch. Inning over. A couple of Ks and a line out to right field, and Messick is through 5. We go to the 6th. It's a 2-1 Brewers lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Miller time.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time, because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Ready-to-drink cocktails.
0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten.
At the ballpark or your local grocery store.
Less is more.
Game belongs to the Brewers bullpen now as Joel Kuhnel comes in for the top of the 6th inning. Hoskins, Manzardo, and Arias scheduled. The Brewers leading at 2-1. Joel Kuhnel pitched in game 1 of the series. Just a third of an inning, allowed a base hit, and then got Daniel Schneemann to ground out in the 6th. Faces Rhys Hoskins, and the first pitch to Hoskins. Check swing at a slider. Did he go? Did not. Ball 1. Great crowd on hand this afternoon in Milwaukee. I bet you we're over 35,000 a day. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Just a guess. Kent threw a question mark at me there. Here's the 1-1. Hoskins, check swing. Did he go that time? Yes, he did. 1-2. Kent was inquiring about an attendance game. Throwing a guess out there. Would you like to? Sounds like you have a number in mind. 33, 421. 33, 421. 1-2 pitch is down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lane is currently on assignment, so I'll throw my guess in there. I'm going over 35. I'm going 35,009. No. I'm changing. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's up and in on Hoskins. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I'm going 35,620. 35,620. 3-2 pitch on Rhys Hoskins. Kunal kicks and deals. Broken bat, pop up left side, and Pratt is there, makes the catch. 1 away for Kyle Manzardo. Lane, we got an attendance game going. Would you like to venture a guess in there? We have Kent at 33, 421.
Okay.
I'm at 35,620.
Kent was 33,
421. Manzardo waits on Joel Kunal. Hit by pitch and a ground out today for Manzardo. Takes outside, ball 1.
36.
36.
391.
All right. Official guesses have been entered into the ledger. That's a strike on the outside corner from Kunal. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I liked yours, so I went a little higher.
That's okay. At least you didn't do 3-5-6-2-1. You could have. I bet you thought about it.
I thought about it.
1-1. Manzardo hits one to right. This is trouble. Back is Bowers and gone. Kyle Manzardo hits a solo homer, his 8th of the season, and we're back to even. It's a 2-2 game. So the runs for the Guardians coming in home run fashion. Got all 4 yesterday on a grand slam. 2 solo homers today. They've scored just 1 other run in the series in a 2-1 loss in the opener. So Kunal could not hold the lead in this 6th inning. Slider down and in. Manzardo got the barrel to it. Not where you want to be with that pitch. Arias lines one foul on the right side. Arias today is a single, and he's bounced back to the mound. Stuart Fairchild on deck. 1 out, nobody on. Arias takes up and in. Even 250 for Arias. Kunal delivers. Ground ball hit to short. Pratt to his left. Fields. And makes a nice strong throw over to first base. 2 away. Hey, baseball fans, don't forget George Webb predicts the Brewers will win 12 games in a row this season. When they do, we'll be celebrating. Learn more at georgewebb.com. Going to get a pinch hitter for Stuart Fairchild is Stephen Kwan. Will hit for the center fielder. Kwan started the first 2 games of this series. Was 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk. He's 0 for 6 overall in the series. You just never know when he's going to break out of his funk that has been going on since the All-Star break of last year. Kwon takes outside, ball 1.
There's certain hitters you watch over the course of their careers, and when you see them going good, you think, how could they ever not hit? Kwon's one of those guys.
And Kwon fouls it away. He'll play to the back of his baseball card eventually, but it has been a struggle.
Guy that has put the ball in play as much as he has over the course of his career. Been a great defender too. That's the other thing about Steven Kwon. Remember, they were going to move him to center field at the beginning of the year.
Here's the 1-1. It's up high. He has played a handful of games in center this year. A Gold Glove outfielder, but it's the offensive stuff that just hasn't worked out for Kwon. To see him hitting .209 on the 18th of June, that's a shock. Kwon takes a ball off the outside corner, and it's 3-1 on Kwon, with Khalil Watson waiting on deck in a 2-2 game. .3-1 pitch. Hit foul. Kwon was looking to do damage on that 3-2 pitch right down the middle. .2-2 game in the 6th. And now the payoff to Kwon. It's low and he walked him. So Kwon draws a pinch hit walk, and Khalil Watson in his big league debut 0 for 2 today. He struck out and lined out. Kunal off the back of the mound grab some rosin from the rosin bag, and the Brewers bullpen will spring into action. Kwon can run. He's over at first, and a first pitch ball off the outside corner. Grant Anderson, the first man to play catch out there now for the Brewers. 1-0 to Watson. Down and away. 2 balls, no strikes, and these pitches from Kunal are becoming less and less competitive. Bigger misses. Try and find a way back in the strike zone. .2-0. Khalil Watson hits a ground ball to second base. Terang has it, throws him out, inning over. Game is tied after Manzardo's solo homer. Bottom of the 6th on the way. Bowers, Sanchez, and Perkins scheduled in a 2-2 game on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
There's a lot going on when Ohtani pitches and hits. So there goes Ohtani. Shohei lighting up the highlights already. It's a leadoff home run after he struck out 3 at the top of the 1st. And the Dodgers lead it 1-0. He hit 55 in the regular season, a Dodger record. And he's gone deep for the 3rd time this postseason, his first of the championship series.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Skeen sets. 2-2 pitch. Wave and a miss. Could not hold up on the slider. Skeen strikes out. Otto Lopez, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Skeens. 1 out in the 2nd.
97 again.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And for Paul Skeens, is number 4. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He does. He strikes out the side in order, and he matches his season high 10 strikeouts.
One change defensively. Stephen Kwan stays in the game in center field as Jake Bauers leads it off against Parker Messick, who's out there for inning number 6. 82 pitches for Messick. First offering to Bauers fouled off of Hedges. It's 0-1. 7 strikeouts for Messick. He's walked 3 and allowed 4 hits. Pitch to Bauers. It's a strike at the knees. 0-2 in the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant today, Fred Singer from Waukesha. $450 jackpot for Fred. 0-2 is down and away. Member of the Brewers hits a home run in the inning. $450 gift card jackpot. $100 will be added to the total for each additional home run this inning. Visit any participating Woodman store to enter. Service and savings, that's Woodman's. 1-2. Low and in the dirt, smothered by Hedges. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colin Holderman, the right-hander, is playing catch in the Guardians bullpen. Grant Anderson loosening for the Brewers. 2-2 to Bauers. Hit foul just to our left. Ends up in the Guardians front office suite.
I don't know if anybody's in there.
2-2 is strike 3 called. Bauers looked at a called 3rd strike. 8 strikeouts now for Messick. 1 for 3 now for Bauers. It's Gary Sanchez, a run scoring single and a walk. 1 for 1.
Kids underneath that booth asking for the baseball, and there's no lights on, and I don't think anybody home.
I'll go check next half inning. Pitch is down and in on Gary Sanchez for a strike. It's 0-1. Messick's pitch. Inside corner strike and a challenge from Gary Sanchez.
Batter is challenging the strike off.
It's going to be close. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on this ABS challenge. And it is a strike. Just barely clipped the top portion of the strike zone. Lance Barksdale was right, so he decides not to turn his microphone back on and just let the visuals tell the story. Messick's 0-2 pitch to Sanchez. Up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
The defense rests.
Case closed. Should have the umpires have gavels in their baseball bags. 1-2. 1 hopper. Nice pick by Rocchio at short. Gets up and throws out Gary Sanchez. Stellar play by Brian Rocchio at shortstop. Took a base hit away from Gary Sanchez. Blake Perkins has reached on a fielder's choice and doubled. The Brewers have not had a hit since that Blake Perkins double in the 4th inning. So far this afternoon, with runners in scoring position, the Brewers are 1 for 9. They have certainly had their opportunities against Messick. Just the 2 runs. Pitch to Perkins is good for a strike. It's 0-1. Bottom of the 6th inning in Milwaukee, a 2-2 game. Brewers looking for a series sweep against the Guardians. 0-1 is way outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 94 pitches now. 1-1. Hit foul just to our right. Hits off the facing of the press area. Kurt Hogue, who apparently is the keeper of the net, was reaching for it. He would have needed Inspector Gadget arms to get it. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Perkins strikes out. 9 Ks for Parker Messick through 6 quality innings. We'll go to the 7th inning in Milwaukee, a 2-2 game on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance. Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell. Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Seventh inning, new pitcher on for the Brewers in a 2-2 game. It's Grant Anderson. And before we toss it over to Lane, 10 seconds for station identification on the Brewers Radio Network. We got Kent Sommerfeld running the boards, Jeff Levering here, Josh Maurer on the public address system today, which is great, and Lane Grindle with the play-by-play in the seventh.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. Grant Anderson worked the ninth inning last night. He's back out there to work the seventh inning of this afternoon's game. He'll get 9-1-2 for the Guardians. Austin Hedges 0 for 2 today. That open stance from the right side in the back of the box. First pitch is a sweeper, and they will appeal to first. He went, says Will Little. It's 0-1 on Hedges, who is frustrated and going for a little walk outside of the box, and I think murmuring some things, maybe not even so much under his breath right now, about what he thinks of that check swing call on the appeal. He might have a little bit of an argument. Frustrated would be one word. A 1 pitch. That fills up the zone. No need to worry about anything other than a called strike there. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Fastball at 93 from Grant Anderson. Anderson has been one of the glue guys in that bullpen this year for the Brewers. Sweeper missed outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 with a 2.67 ERA. This is his 29th appearance of the year. Sets up on the first base side of the rubber and looks in here. The 1-2 pitch, and sweeper missed down and away. It is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He has not been able to get Hedges to chase out of the zone with 2 strikes against him. So the count is level now. Anderson kicks, delivers, and way outside and all the way back to the backstop. And now the count is full. It's 3-2. Bazzana in the on deck circle for the Guardians. It's a 2-2 ball game. This is a lot more like what game 1 of this series was like on Tuesday night. These two teams play a lot of games very much like this. The 3-2 pitch and a called third strike. Hedges knew it. Fastball at 92 at the very top. And Grant Anderson with an ortho ASAP strikeout to retire the first batter of this 7th inning. And that'll get Bazzana to the plate. Well, the crew has been around since 1970. Habish, and Rotier. Even longer. If you're injured in an accident, call the firm Wisconsinites have trusted for over 95 years. Anderson looks in. And the first offering to Bazzana. Sweeper missed outside. It's 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes here on Bazana. Anderson brings home the pitch, and this one's hit in the air to right, deep. Bowers looking and watching, and the Guardians have taken a 3-2 lead. Bazana with his 5th home run of the season. It was a fastball at 93, pretty much middle. And the rookie for Cleveland puts them on top here in the 7th inning. 3 solo home runs, accounting for the 3 runs for the Guardians so far in this game. And now Anderson will try to keep it at a 1-run deficit as Herron is getting loose in the Guardians bullpen. By virtue of getting it tied in the 6th, that allowed them to activate the ace side of their bullpen for the rest of this game after Messick's day is done. And now that's even more so the case with a 1-run lead, and Chris Hook is on his way out for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. Wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. So that is a tough turn of events for the Brewers and for Grant Anderson. And now Anderson will have to worry about Daniel Schneemann, who's going to pinch hit for David Fry here. So Fry, who had homered in this game earlier against Drowan, his day is done, and it's going to be Schneemann, who hit the grand slam in last night's game off of Sproat, to come in and hit against Grant Anderson. We have our attendance today, 36,386. That means I was 5 over.
5 over.
Ooh,
you're a loser.
It pitches outside to Schneemann, and it's 1-0. Well, tell me how you really did.
It's a heck of a guess, though.
I was within almost
5.
right on it, yeah. But I lose.
Yeah, he went over. Price is Right rules. So my 35-620.
Bum, 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 bum. The 1-0 pitch to Schneemann is a sweeper that missed, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. I heard it on the in-house public address, the non-Josh Mauer public address. And I thought that's what it said, and I was like, I think I'm over. Couldn't really remember what I said, but I thought, yeah. Pitch is outside, and it goes to 3-0 on Schneemann.
You're really close. Yeah. I feel like I want to give it to you,
no,
but you went over by 5.
That's the rules are what the rules are.
Yeah, them's the rules, man.
Them's the rules. 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 3-1 on Schneemann. I wouldn't give it to Kent.
No, that's for sure.
Might give it to you. I would not give it to Kent. So can't give it to me. 3-1 to Schneemann, and down and away. He works the walk. So a 1-out walk to Schneemann. He's aboard, and now Brian Rocchio will be the batter for the Guardians. Rocchio 1 for 3 today, and 1 for 10 in the series. It's been a series where, especially for Cleveland, not a lot of hits. Even last night, they had the 4 runs, but it all came in one little bunch in the 4th inning. They had 1 hit outside of that inning. First offering to Rocchio is a sweeper that missed a little bit low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Having a hard time landing that sweeper right now. Just missed maybe a touch low, maybe a touch outside with that pitch from Anderson. The 1-0 pitch is popped up, foul, out of play, third base side, and it's 1-1. Drew Rahm is playing catch out in the Brewers pen. Brewers led 1-0, and then they led again 2-1. Guardians have scored the last 2 runs, a solo home run in the 6th from Manzardo, and a solo home run from Bazana here in the 7th inning to grab a 3-2 lead for Cleveland. They're trying to salvage a game out of this series. Spin to throw to first and back in time is Schneemann. Three runs on 5 hits for Cleveland, 2 on 4 for the Crew. Anderson's 1-1 pitch is a throw to first as Sanchez tries to backpick the runner. He's back in there safely, and the pitch was a little bit high for a ball. It's 2-1. Rhys Hoskins in the on deck circle for Cleveland. Anderson looks in. 2-1 pitch. That just missed. It's going to be challenged by Sanchez.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
And he's going to lose this one. Brewers going to be out of challenges as this one looks like it's outside, and it is.
Confirm Milwaukee is out of challenges.
Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. That one missed by 1.5 inches. It's a fairly big miss. It is 3-1 on Rocchio. Anderson again looking in. 5 on that pitch clock as he comes set. And there goes the runner. The pitch is outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks by Anderson. And now first and second and 1 away. And you've got Hoskins coming to the plate. And this might be the end of the road for Anderson. He probably gets the right-hander Hoskins here, but you got Manzardo in the on-deck circle. That may be Drew Rom time if Anderson can't get Hoskins here. This would be a double play candidate for sure in Rhys Hoskins. And that is what the Brewers want. Ground ball at one of these infielders. Anderson brings home the first pitch and a sweeper in there for strike 1. It is 0-1. Hoskins 1 for 10 in the series. He does have a walk in this game back in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2 officially. Anderson brings home the 0-1, and that one's fouled out of play. To the right side and into the Loge level to the right of us. It's no balls and 2 strikes on Rhys. It's really kind of incredible how few balls have been hit Cooper Pratt's direction in the 3 games of this series. Has a ground ball hit at him today. 0-2 pitch is a pop-up. This one into shallow left. Going out is Pratt. Pratt calling off Ortiz. Infield fly was called for. Pratt makes the catch, and that's the second out. And that will get Manzardo to the plate. We'll see if the Brewers stick with Anderson or if they go get the lefty Rom to face him. Chris Hook having a conversation. He pops up out of the dugout. He has made the call to the pin. So it is going to be Rom to come in and face the lefty Manzardo. American Family Field was built by Ironworkers Local 8. Join their team for industry-leading wages and benefits. Learn more at IWL8.org. That's IWL8.org. It's a 3-2 Guardians lead here in the 7th. Drew Rom is coming in for Grant Anderson on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
On the baseball field, the skilled players get paid the most. The same is true in construction.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
It is a 1933 Gaudi Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Crew 4.50 ERA over his 4 innings that he's worked in a Brewers uniform. His task will be to try to take care of Kyle Manzardo here. The Guardians have taken their first lead of this game here in this 7th inning on a solo home run from Travis Bazzana. And Rom trying to keep it right there. Runners at first and second. Those are Anderson's responsibility. Manzardo, who tied it at 2 in the 6th inning with a solo blast out to right, is at the plate here. First pitch is swing and a miss. Fastball at 93. It's 0-1. Manzardo officially 1 for 2 in this game today. We told you earlier in the contest, he's one of the few Guardians that's going well at the plate right now. The 0-1. That missed down and away with a sweeper. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Arias is in the on deck circle. So you got a right-handed hitter there. So this is the guy for Rom to get. Manzardo. The 1-1. That missed down and away with another sweeper. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Manzardo, the designated hitter today for Cleveland. We've seen him at first base in this series as well. Guardians playing with the lead for the first time today. 2-1. That missed down and away. That was the sinker that time, and it goes to 3-1. Now a dangerous count to a pretty dangerous hitter in Kyle Manzardo. His home run on the 6th was his 8th of the season. Rom kicks in the 3-1. That is a strike at the knees, and it's 3-2. Sinker at 93 from Drew Rom. So pretty big pitch about to be unfurled here. The runners can move. Runners in motion. 3-2 pitch down and away. He walked him. So now the bases are loaded. And now you get the righty versus lefty matchup for Arias. So that was not what the Brewers had in mind when they brought Rom in. They were hoping he would take care of Manzardo. And instead, he's going to have to face Arias with the bases full of Guardians. This is a big moment in this game. Brewers still very much a part of this thing, trailing by 1 run in the 7th, but need to get out of this inning if you're Rom. First offering is down in the dirt. It's going to get away from Sanchez, and down the line and scoring is Schneemann, and it is 4-2 Cleveland. There'll be a wild pitch charged to Rom. Everybody moves up 90 feet. So Rocchio goes to 3rd. Manzardo goes to 2nd. And now you've got first base open with Kwan in the on deck circle. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Arias. Rom brings home the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Got a fastball past him at 92. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That run charged to Grant Anderson. He's still responsible for Rocchio over at 3rd base as well. Rom's 1-1 pitch, and that caught the outside edge. It's 1-2. Yeah, some work to do now for the Brewers. It's going to be some heavy lifting against this Guardians bullpen, one of the best in the business. And because of the way this series has gone, they are rested coming into today. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled back, and it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes on Arias. Brewers did see Gaddis in game 1, but haven't seen Smith yet, haven't seen Herron yet, and Herron getting loose in that Guardians bullpen. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 92. Rom gets the strikeout of Arias, but 2 runs score in the inning, and the Guardians take a 4-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
He leaps, he makes the catch, bangs into the fence, and holds on for the out.
Robbed by Marcy in center.
Ranging play by Volpe, the shortstop. Glove spins, throws to first in time. What a play.
Tommy Troy with a terrific diving grab. Another spectacular play at 3rd by the 10-time Gold Glover.
Sanchez reaches up and makes the catch. Jump through the first. Caballero in time. What a play by Caballero.
Dives and makes the catch on the track. Jace Bowen laying it out.
Junior dives like Superman and makes the catch.
Then a leaping grab by Delgado along the line. Caught the ball and doubled him up. How about that? Beautiful play by Brett Beatty, who's having himself an afternoon.
And caught by Volpe. Ball game over.
And Lee makes the catch. Oh, baby, what a play. Caught by Madrigal.
The hops of the Magic Man.
Throws it all the way to first on one hop. Got him. What a play.
That is vintage Zach Neto. What a play on that one.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
Seventh inning stretch sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. Plan a Grand Slam getaway with Championship Golf, a luxurious spa, and nonstop gaming action. Visit IslandResortAndCasino.com today. Tim Herrin takes over on the mound for the Guardians. Juan slides from center to left. Schneemann stays in the game in center field for Cleveland. Brewers trailing 4-2 in the bottom of the seventh inning. Cooper Pratt to lead things off against Herrin. And the first offering from Herrin misses up and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Herrin's been a good one this year for the Guardians. 0-2 with a 2.92 ERA over 24 2/3 innings. 1-0 pitch, and Pratt takes outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 32nd appearance of the year for Tim Herrin, part of this A bullpen on the backside of it for Cleveland. The 2-0 pitch to Pratt, and he takes a strike on the outside edge. It's 2-1. Fastball at 94 from Herrin. Colin Holderman is getting loose in the Guardians pen. Here's the 2-1. Pratt took up and away. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. A leadoff walk would be as good as anything for the Brewers right now. Trailing 4-2. That would get the tying run to the plate here in the seventh inning right out of the gate. Ortiz in the on deck circle for Milwaukee. Herrin's 3-1 pitch. He is outside. He walked him. So Cooper Pratt gets himself aboard to start up this seventh inning. An ortho ASAP walk. And he is aboard in front of Joey Ortiz. And you'd love to get them all back. You'd love to put a big inning together and take the lead. But even if you can just manufacture a run in this inning, it just makes the lifting in the 8th and 9th a little bit more manageable for the Brewers. First offering to Joey is a ground ball to third. Big hop for Arias. He goes to second for 1, on to first in time, and that is what the Brewers did not need. A double play to wipe the bases clear, and now there's 2 outs, nobody on, and Yelich coming to the plate. That was pretty much the one thing you couldn't have happen if you were the Brewers there. Joey got a slider that got in a little bit, and he just pounded it into the ground to third base. So now here's Yelich, lefty versus lefty, with Herrin on the mound. First offering to Christian is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Four to 2 Cleveland here, bottom of the seventh inning. Herrin kicks and delivers the 0-1. That missed a little bit tall. Might have been a touch outside as well. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here on Yelich. Herrin's 1-1. Swing and a miss. That was a slider down to the zone. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Christian. Yelly with a double back in the third inning. 1 for 3 on the day for Christian. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball nearly hit him. Yelich able to just get out of the way in time on that curve ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looked like he tried to get that right leg in there and get on base.
It's okay if it grazes me. You'd love to get Churio up against the lefty here. Here's the 2-2 to Yelich. Down and away, and the count is full, 3-2. The way Churio's been going lately, and he's 0 for 3 today, which just means that he's very due. Anytime you can extend the inning to get him to the plate, you feel like good things are going to happen. 3-2 pitch, and Yelich laid off that pitch outside. It's the second walk of the inning issued by Herron. So another ortho ASAP walk, and that does get Chourio to the plate here. This is one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now in Jackson Chourio. He has 4 home runs on this homestand alone, and Stephen Vogt is not going to let Chourio face Herron. He's got the righty Colin Holderman up in the pen, and he's made the call to that bullpen. It's a North Shore adult diaper pitching change. When control problems get out of hand, when accidents start to pile up.
Oh, I got Soto. All right. Who? Austin Barnes. How do you like rings? Okay. All right. Young Jackson Holiday, just wait. Jackson Holiday's good. Rick Cerrone, great hitting coach now. Yeah, Tony Gwynn. All-star. That's good. That's a good card. Oh, these are like real ones. There's gum in it. 87, baby. These are. This gum from 1987. Actually from 87. Go ahead. Take a piece of that's 1987. Oh my God, that is gum. It's gum. I'm not taking a bite of it. I'm not taking a bite of it either.
Gorman ahead in the count. Cardinals down 5. Swing and a drive. That's a mammoth shot for Gorman. A long home run over the bullpen.
That was a pretty easy swing by Gorman, and that ball went way over the Cardinals bullpen in right field. He has tremendous power.
Get a good pitch to hit. When you do, don't miss it. Nolan didn't.
443-foot shot by Nolan Gorman all over it. Deep right field for Gorman. He got all of it.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Colin Holderman takes over on the mound for the Guardians. Brewers have a runner at first, and Jackson Chourio at the plate. He is 0 for 2 lifetime against Holderman, the former Pittsburgh Pirate, who's been very good this year for Cleveland. A 1.71 ERA over 23 appearances. Chourio 0 for 3 today. First pitch is a swing and a miss at a sweeper, and it's 0-1. Chourio has been on one of the hottest trends of any hitter in the National League of late. A 1. Swing and a miss. Chased a sweeper off the plate away, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Finds himself in a bit of a hole here. The reigning co-NL player of the week. 0-2 pitch, and he's able to check on a pitch away with another sweeper. They appeal to first. He didn't go, says Will Little. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eight home runs in the month of June for Chourio. 1-2's way outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Heard us talking with Brewers hitting coach Eric Tyson before the game today about Chourio and just how far he's come. 2-2 pitch, and it hit him. It came in and it hit him on the arm, I think. Jackson in some pain. I think. See exactly where that got him. He is definitely frustrated right now. Your hope is that it didn't get him in the hand. Lee Myers out there to check on him. He's already at first base. He's waving off Lee Myers, saying that he's just fine.
Sounded like the elbow pad.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. It got that guarding on his elbow pad. It was a sinker at 98 in, and that's exactly where it got him, Jeff. Which is better than on that hand. He's got protective stuff over both, but it only helps you so much. Now he's going to stay in the game. And now first and second, and you get Terang to the plate here against Holderman now. So you got Yelich at second and Chourio at first. Tying run is on base here for the Brewers, and Terang takes outside. It's 1-0. Terang Turang 2 for 4 and a couple of walks as well against Holderman over the course of his career. So he has fared well against Holderman in a small sample size. The 1-0 pitch. Turang took outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And Holderman says it's the baseball. So he tells Austin Hedges to throw that one out of play, and they send a new one out to him. And now Hedges is going to walk out there and visit him as well and have a conversation. So a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound, wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. Well, 3 walks and a hit batter in the inning. And the hope is that the Brewers can cash in on this. They also rolled into a double play this inning. Joey Ortiz hit into a 5-4-3 double play after Pratt walked to lead it off. But a friendly count for Turang to try to do some damage right here. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. And Turang took way inside. That almost hit him. It's 3-0. Andrew Vaughn is in the on-deck circle for the Brewers. Holderman looks back at second, and the 3-0 pitch. That's right through there for a strike. It's 3-1. A 4-2 Guardians lead, but the Brewers trying to put together a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 7th. 3-1 to Turang is in there for a strike. Turang not so sure. A sinker at 96. It was definitely in there for strike 2. Count is full. It's 3-2. Holderman comes set and now wheels back towards second without a throw. Yelich back to the bat. Yelich at second, Churio at first. Great speed on the base paths for the Brewers if Turang could put one in a gap. Holderman's 3-2 pitch is outside. He walked him and the bases are full of Brewers. That is the 3rd walk of the inning, the 4th free pass essentially if you factor in the hit batter, and Carl Wills is on his way out there to have a conversation with Holderman as Vaughn is going to come to the plate with the bases loaded here in a big time pressure spot in the bottom of the 7th. Another ortho ASAP walk. And this is what the Brewers do. They just never let you put them away. They never go away. They continue to put pressure on you, and this is a great Guardians bullpen, but the Brewers have an opportunity right here with 2 outs. Vaughn 2 for 3 with a double lifetime against Holderman. A double here would certainly tie it and might give you a chance to take the lead as Hunter Gaddis is getting loose in the Guardians bullpen. Holderman looks in. First pitch to Vaughn is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. A sinker at 97. It didn't miss by much, but it did miss. Here's the 1-0. Vaughn took a strike, and it's 1-1. Sinker at 97, right over the middle at the very bottom of the zone. The 1-1 and missed down and away with a sweeper. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Vaughn has reached twice today, a couple of walks, 1 intentional. He lined out to right back in the 5th. There is nowhere to put him if you're Holderman. 2-1 pitch and a liner foul up the 3rd baseline. That almost got a piece of Yelich, who was taking his lead, of course, in foul territory. That screamed right past Christian. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was a sinker. It was in off the plate a little bit. If that's a fair ball, that might be a double down the line, and this place is going bonkers at American Family Field. Instead, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Vaughn. Bases full of Brewers here in the 7th. Holderman comes set, the 2-2 pitch. And he missed low with a sweeper. The count is full. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Bauers in the on-deck circle. Crowd making as much noise as they've made at any point over the course of the game today. Everybody here, 36,000 plus on their feet at American Family Field. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and a ground ball deep in the hole, backhanded by the shortstop Rocchio. The throw to first is in time. He bounced it across. Hoskins able to keep the bag, stepping back into foul territory to take the throw. And Vaughn slams his helmet in frustration. The Brewers leave them loaded in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th inning. It's a 4-2.
Now let's check out some plays from the field that only a mother could love.
Thank you to all the mothers out there. We love you.
Too sweet.
Nicely done with the sign.
Vientos is not going to want this on his highlight reel, I'll tell you that.
Some just don't know how to catch them.
Hubba bubba on Bubba.
You can even smell on his bat. Hitters are funny. Now he's talking to it.
Then Peters has some problem.
Heads up. Man alive.
Look, Mom, check out these top defensive plays.
Adele leaping, and he makes the catch.
He's unreal.
One of his patented run-saving miracles.
Welcome to the show, kid. Put a star on that for Jarvis.
Picked it right off the top of the grass. It was a snow cone.
That was sensational. Spectacular play by the Padres' first baseman.
He jumps and he makes the catch. P-Crow awesome. Ryan Waldschmidt with a diving catch. What a catch by Eli White.
How about that?
We go to the 8th inning here at American Family Field. It's a 4-2 Cleveland lead, and back in with the play-by-players, Jeff Levering.
All right, thanks, Lane. It's Stephen Kwan to lead it off against Drew Rom, who's still out there. Kwan drew a walk in the 6th inning, his only plate appearance so far. Trying to keep it at a 2-run deficit. The Brewers had the guys on base and the guys at the plate to try and cut into that deficit. Unfortunately, left the bases loaded. Pretty good play by Brian Rocchio to steal a run away from the Brewers. The 1-0 to Kwan is a line drive into right center field for a base hit. Bowers cuts it off. Kwan a big turn. He puts on the brakes. It's a leadoff single for Kwan to open up this 8th inning for Cleveland. Khalil Watson is the hitter. He's 0 for 3 in his big league debut. Today's 8th inning brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council and the over 900 signatory contractor partners who are building Wisconsin's infrastructure. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org and feel the power. Here's the pitch, and it is low on Watson. 1 ball and no strikes. Kwan, good speed over at first base. Vaughn holds him. Rom delivers. Watson a swing and a miss. Was looking for his first big league hit to be a home run. Took the swing for it. Ball and a strike on Watson. Coming back is Rom. Strike 2. 36,000 plus. Brewers in the 8th inning. We'll have Bowers, Sanchez, and Perkins coming up. It's like Hunter Gaddis will get the 8th inning for Cleveland after Herron and Holderman were used in the 7th. That pitch, a called third strike on Watson. Ortho ASAPK for Drew Rom. And brings up the catcher Austin Hedges. It's baseball season, better known as Shandy season, baseball fans. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing Weiss beer, natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's, flavor the moment. Hedges 0 for 3, including a strikeout in his last plate appearance in the 7th. And Rom tosses over to first base. Kwan is back standing. Great crowds, I should say, all week. Brewers trying to go 5-1 on the homestand. They're going to need to come back in this one, down by 2 runs in the 8th inning. Pitch to Hedges is a strike at the knees. 0-1. One on Hedges, and the pitch is a strike at the knees. Again, it's 0-2 on Hedges. Brewers have not had a hit since the 4th inning, and a balk is called on Rom. And Kwan will be awarded second base. Rom just rolled through his stop at the top of his set position. Never came to a discernible stop. So balk is called, and that takes away a potential double play. Man at second base, Kwan with 1 away. Two strikes and coming back on Austin Hedges. Kwan a huge lead. The pitch fouled back. Hedges trying to shoot one to right. This is Rom's inning. Try and keep it right where it is at 4-2. 4 runs on 6 hits. 8 left for the Guardians. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 8 left for the Brewers. Rom at the belt. Looks at his runner, throws, and it missed up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the Brewers do not have any more ABS challenges. They would earn one if they get to extra innings, but got to get there first. Hopefully just win it in regulation. 1-2 up and away again. Rom falling out of his mechanics on the last 2 pitches. Guardians with 2 runs in the 7th inning. A solo homer by Bazana, who's on deck, and then a wild pitch scored the insurance run. The runner at third base. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Rom. Popped him up, shallow right. Bowers coming in, Terang going out. It's Terang who makes the catch, backpedaling in shallow right field. 2 away in the 8th inning. And now it is Bazana. Gave the Guardians their first lead of the series in the 7th inning. Solo home run. They've hit 3 solo homers in this game. Rom has his sign, and his first pitch to Bazana. Ball 1. Bazana, the rookie out of Oregon State, the #1 overall pick by the Guardians a couple of years ago in the draft. Brewers bullpen starting to crank it up. Here's the 1-0. Bazana took it low. It gets away from Sanchez, and to third goes Kwan. So a single, a balk, and now a wild pitch. Another man at third base with 2 away, and it's 2-0 on Bazana. Craig Yoho is the one getting loose for the Brewers in their bullpen. Kunal came in the 6th. Anderson, now Rom. 2-0 pitch. And Bazana took outside. 3 balls, no strikes. If Sanchez wanted to challenge it, he couldn't. Don't have any left. Wouldn't have been a good challenge anyway. Nearing the 30 pitch mark in his outing is Rom. 3-0 coming, and it's a strike. Bazana took it. 3-1. Daniel Schneemann is on deck. Rahm trying to keep it at a 2-run deficit, keep the Brewers in the game. Rahm on 3-1, kicks and deals. Check swing, ball 4. Another walk by this Brewers pitching staff. Shane Drowan walked 3. Rahm has now walked a pair. That's the 8th total walk issued by the Brewers, and here comes Chris Hook. That might be it for Rahm. Even though Schneemann, a left-handed batter, is coming up, Rahm may be out of gas. Chris Hook taking a slow stride out to the mound. He is yet to make a move with Yoho ready to work out of that bullpen. I think more than anything, just a simple conversation of, hey, this is your last guy. Go get him. Move has not been made yet by Chris Hook, as the home plate umpire, Lance Barksdale, trying to break up that conversation. Trying to buy some time, and they're going to stick with Rahm against Schneemann. Final home game of this homestand. Brewers hitting the road, going to Atlanta and Cincinnati. Heading into the Eastern time zone, so some earlier game times for you back in Wisconsin.
A little different from the last road trip.
Brewers after dark.
Late night.
Schneemann with runners on the corners. Rahm throws. Swing and a miss as Schneemann came up empty on the fastball. 6:15 first pitch tomorrow, followed by a 3:10 first pitch Saturday, and then 12:35 Sunday afternoon. And then all night games in Cincinnati. 0-1 tossed to first. Back in time is Bazana. Kwan scampered down towards the plate. Did not draw a throw from Andrew Vaughn at first base. Schneemann in the lefty-lefty matchup. Rahm sets and deals. Check swing. Didn't go. Close pitch anyway, but a ball. Again, no more ABS challenges for the Brewers. Big run standing at third for Cleveland. Rahm's 1-1. Schneemann swings and misses at a high fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to get through this 8th inning. Again, the Brewers will have Bowers, Sanchez, and Perkins scheduled against Hunter Gaddis, a right-hander who's loosening in the Cleveland bullpen. Schneemann uses his timeout, digs back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 away. Rahm delivers. Struck him out swinging. Rahm got himself into a jam, got himself out. A couple of ortho ASAP strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still 4-2 Cleveland on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark. Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the 2nd fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
coming on for the Cleveland Guardians. Bottom half of inning number 8. Jake Bowers will lead it off, followed by Gary Sanchez and then Blake Perkins. Gaddis pitched in the opener of this series. Brewers got him for a run, and he got the loss. That was the home run by Garrett Mitchell in the 7th inning. And Mitchell has a bat in his hand and is on the top step of the dugout, as a matter of fact. Here's the pitch to Bowers, and it's a strike on the outside corner. (4-2) the score. Guardians out in front. A 2-run 7th inning, the difference in the game. 24th appearance for Gaddis, and he already over 4. And the 0-1. And it's down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bowers is 1 for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts, had a base hit his first time up against the starter Parker Messick, who went 6 innings. Gaddis 1-1. Swing and foul into the glove of Hedges. 1-2. That was a slider from Gaddis. Trying to get this crowd involved. The Brewers had the bases loaded in the 7th inning. Came up empty. First time they'd had a base runner since the 4th. Gaddis set and his 1-2 pitch to Bowers. It's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thursday afternoon tilt. Appreciate everybody tuned in today. Driving in the car, cruising around town, whatever you may be doing. Thanks for making us a part of your afternoon. Hopefully the Brewers can get you a win. Sweep the Guardians. 2-2 pitch. Ooh, took it low again. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jake Bowers. All across the state on the Brewers Radio Network. (3-2). Gaddis kicks and deals. And it's low. Bowers draws a walk, and the tying run coming up in the form of Gary Sanchez. He is singled, walked, and got robbed of a hit his last time up by the shortstop.
There have been 14 walks in this game between the 2 teams and 2 hit batters.
That's it?
It's a lot of free bases that have been given out in this game. 7 walks for each team.
Gary Sanchez digs in and takes a slider hanging in there for strike 1.
These aren't the 2 teams you might expect that from either.
After the 2-1 thriller in the opener on Tuesday, thought that's what might be coming the rest of the series. Sanchez, big swing and a miss. He was looking to tie the game. It's 0-2. Neither team has been the example for hitting with runners in scoring position either, but that's nothing new for Cleveland. They're 0 for 9, 28th in team batting average with runners in scoring position on the season. The Brewers 1 for 10. They are one of the best teams hitting with runners in scoring position average wise. 0-2 pitch to Gary Sanchez. Fouled it away. Very defensive swing on that slider. Got a piece, and he hangs in there. (4-2) Cleveland, bottom of the 8th inning. The Brewers are looking for a lightning strike. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Sanchez is gone. 1 away in the 8th inning, and Garrett Mitchell will come off the bench and hit for Blake Perkins. Remember, Mitchell hit a home run against Hunter Gaddis in game 1. It was the difference in the game. So Mitchell hits. Started last night, was 0 for 3. 2 for 6 overall in the series. He represents the tying run. Pitch home. It's changeup up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Mitchell hit a breaking ball out of here a couple of days ago against Hunter Gaddis. His 5th home run of the season. The pitch popped him up foul, third base side, fastball in the top portion of the strike zone. Well, celebrating 50 years is Wisconsin's hometown favorite ice cream, Cedar Crest. It's the taste you know and the taste you love. Just like Usinger sausage, Milwaukee original for nearly 150 years, and Pine River cheese spreads. More of Wisconsin's award-winning cheeses. Simply the best. 1-1 is a changeup for a strike right down the middle. It's 1-2. Cedar Crest, Usingers, and Pine River cheese spreads. All 3 Wisconsin favorites. 1-2. Garrett Mitchell waits. Gaddis deals. Swing and a miss. He threw him a slider, and Mitchell swung over the top of it. So after the leadoff walk, back-to-back strikeouts, and it's up to the kid, Cooper Pratt. Pratt, a sacrifice fly and a walk. 0 for 1 officially as he struck out in the 2nd inning. And now he gets to hit against Hunter Gaddis. Cade Smith, the closer, is loosening for Cleveland just in case. First pitch to Pratt. Fly ball foul right side. Had a good pitch to hit. Missed it. Joey Ortiz is on deck. Pat Murphy still has 2 on his bench. Sal Frelick and William Contreras. 0-1 to Cooper Pratt. Here comes Gaddis. Swinging a foul again. A pitch that was very hittable by Pratt. Slider up in the zone. Fouled it back into the net. It's 0-2 on Pratt. Again, the Brewers have not had a hit since the 4th inning. A double by Blake Perkins. Trevor McGill loosening alongside Craig Yoho. Pratt had 6 homers down in AAA before his promotion. Bowers at first, the 0-2. Up and in. 1-2 on Cooper Pratt. Keeps checking things off as big league firsts. Big league first home run would be kind of nice right here. Tie the game. 1-2 pitch. Line foul. He's getting closer. Another pitch that was pretty middle. In front of a crowd of 36,000 this afternoon. Pratt trying to get the next man to the plate. 1-2 from Gaddis. Missed low and away with a slider. Good take. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Brewers have had really good at-bats against this vaunted back end of the bullpen from Cleveland. Herron only faced 3 batters. Holderman did 2, but they ran those counts deep. 2-2 on Pratt. Here he comes. Foul back again. Slider on the inner part of the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes on Pratt. Gaddis sets and throws. Line drive right center, base hit. Pratt extends the inning. And Pat Murphy will go to the bench and go get William Contreras. Tying run is on. Good at bat from Pratt. Stayed inside that baseball. Dumped it into right center for a hit. And now Contreras will come up against Hunter Gaddis, and Stephen Vogt is not going to allow Gaddis to face him. It'll be Cade Smith, the closer, coming in for Cleveland. Tension building. Guardians puckering slightly. Closer coming in. Brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. When it's time for a change, you know who to call. NorthShore.com. Brewers have.
Yes, Scooter. You made the phrase, holy cow, popular. So, at this time, Scooter, your friends have decided to present you with your own Holy Cow. You know, I'm not sure that was rehearsed beforehand.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, you know, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
No games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Game on the line. William Contreras. Contreras pinch hitting. Hitting in the number 9 spot for Joey Ortiz. Cade Smith is on, the closer. A .248 earned run average, 23 saves on the season. Here's the pitch. And it's low. 2 balls and no strikes. He has not allowed a run in 20 consecutive innings. Bowers the runner at second. Pratt the runner at first. The 2-0 to Contreras. High, 3 balls and no strikes. Three 3-0 the count on Contreras. Here's the pitch. He squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 4, and then javelins the baseball bat over towards the on-deck area. The bases are loaded for Yelich in the 8th inning. Ortho ASAP walk, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Yelich hits with the bases loaded against Cade Smith. Not a lot of experience for Smith against this Brewers roster. Yelich facing him for the first time ever. David Hamilton, one of the last pieces on that bench. Pinch running for Contreras over at first base. The potential go-ahead run. Smith throws to Yelich. Swing and a miss. He threw it by him. 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Smith. Yelich today has doubled, walked, 1 for 3. Tying run at second base, the pitch home, swing and a miss. Throw him a splitter, and Yelich is down in the count, 0-2. Back-to-back innings where the Brewers have had the bases loaded. Trying to cash in. Hitless today in these situations, the last 2 innings. Here's the 0-2. Up and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the day, the Brewers just 1 out of 10 with men in scoring position. They've stranded 8. One-two pitch. Struck him out swinging. Threw a fastball by him. Yelich gone. Smith gets out of the jam. And the Brewers leave the bases loaded for a second straight inning. We will go to the 9th. 4-2 Cleveland on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
The Seattle Mariners have officially found their groove, riding the wave of an amazing run that started in May and has them sailing in June.
And the Mariners sweep the A's.
The secret to their recent success? Power at the plate and dominance on the mound.
Swung on and missed, got him.
The rotation, led by Emerson Hancock, Brian Wu, and Logan Gilbert, has been absolutely electric, shutting down opposing lineups. And while all-star backstop Cal Raleigh remains sidelined, a surge of offensive power has arrived.
A rainmaker to left field. Julio with a bang.
Julio Rodriguez is on fire and flexing his marquee muscle. Throw a locked-in Randy Arozarena and a red-hot Luke Raley into the mix, and you got a lineup firing on all cylinders. Thanks to the run of victories to kick off the summer, Seattle has cruised to the top of the AL West and has the Pacific Northwest rocking. The American League is officially on notice. The Mariners are a problem.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
David Hamilton, the new third baseman. Brewers still trailing it by a score of 4-2. They've had their chances. Bases loaded in each of the last 2 innings against Cleveland's pitching staff, but could not get that big hit. 1 for 11 with men in scoring position today for Milwaukee. Opening pitch to Brian Rocchio is good for a strike, and it's 0-1. Yoho in there for the 9th inning. Drew Rom, an inning and a third of scoreless baseball. Allowed a hit, walked 1, struck out 3. Yoho delivers. Changeup lofted to right. Over Bowers, still over. It's over his head and up and over the fence for an automatic double. Hit it off the end of the bat. Bowers gave it a run, couldn't get it, and Rocchio with a leadoff double to start the 9th. His second hit of the series, and a big run standing out there at second base. This is the changeup from Yoho. Rocchio got the barrel of the bat down to it. Rhys Hoskins, the hitter. He is 0 for 3, a walk and 3 pop-ups. And takes it outside, ball 1 from Yoho. 4 runs, 7 hits, 10 left on base for the Guardians. 2 runs, 5 hits, 11 left on for the Brewers. We owe you station ID. We'll get it to you in a moment. The 1-0 pitch is a changeup outside. Take it here, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Two 2-0 on Rhys Hoskins. Rocchio is lead from second base. Yoho's pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw him a cutter. 2-1. Lane Grindle and Kent Sommerfeld. Jeff Levering aboard. Yeah, Lane and Josh road trip. Josh doing the public address today. Filling in for Mark Richards. Done a brilliant job, including doing the sausage race. Here's the 2-1. That is a ball. Wasn't caught by Sanchez. That didn't help Craig Yoho.
As we would have expected from Josh.
Of course. Three-one pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase ball 4. 3-2. Very versatile, much like the Brewers roster down in the field. Very versatile group in the broadcast booth. 3-2 on Rhys Hoskins. Set to go. Yoho deals, and it's popped up foul. Up and into the third deck. Martin Perez, the left-hander, goes for Atlanta tomorrow against Jacob Mizorowski, looking to continue his run of brilliance on the hill. He'll take on one of the top offenses in Major League Baseball in the Atlanta Braves. 3-2 pitch. Hoskins waiting. Here it is from Yoho. Swing and a miss. He turned over the changeup. Yoho picks up an Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin strikeout. Kyle Manzardo homered back in the 6th inning that tied the game. Guardians scored twice in the 7th inning. It's the first time they've led in the entire series. Manzardo waits. Yoho again with a changeup. Gets ahead of Manzardo with strike one. A lot of base runners in this game. A lot of walks. Manzardo swings and misses at the changeup. Yoho's got it going with that change piece today.
There's 16 walks between the two teams. A couple of hit batters sprinkled in there as well.
Woof. That deserves a whammy.
And 20 strikeouts between the two teams.
Not a good whammy either. The Brewers pitching staff has struck out 8. Cleveland has struck out a dozen. The pitch, and that is outside. No challenges available. Not sure that pitch would have been a strike anyway. One and two on Manzardo. Fly ball center field. Back goes Mitchell. Short of the warning track, gets behind it, makes the catch, tagging and trying to get to third is Rocchio. He'll make it there with a slide. And just staying on the bag was Rocchio as Hamilton applied a tag late. He almost overslid the base. Good throw from Garrett Mitchell. One hopping right on the bag. Gabriel Arias coming up. Runner at third, 2 away. 1 for 4 on the day is Arias. Yoho's pitch, outside, ball 1. (4-2) Cleveland, top of the 9th inning. The Brewers in the bottom half will have Churio, Turang, and Vaughn against the closer Cade Smith. Turns over a dandy of a changeup to get Arias out in front. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yoho's pitch. Another swing and a miss and a changeup. It's 1-2. Trying to get out of this inning after the leadoff double from Brian Rocchio. He struck out Hoskins. Manzardo flied to center. Now it's 1-2 on Arias. Yoho sets, kicks and deals. Change up, got him swinging. 2 Ks and a 0 put up by Yoho. The Brewers are set up, try and come up with something fun in the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll start with Jackson Churio against Cade Smith. 4-2 Cleveland on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are tie cups.
These are tie cups.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Bottom half of inning number 9. And Cade Smith stays in the ball game to try and pick up another save. Smith with 23 saves. Here's the first pitch, and it is inside, ball 1. Smith kicks and deals. That's inside. 2 balls and no strikes on Jackson Chourio. Two coming. That's a strike. At bat is active now for Jackson Chourio. Taking a strike from Cade Smith. 2-1 coming. Ground ball right side. Bazana throws out Chourio. Got in on his hands with a fastball at 96. 1 up and 1 down in the 9th inning. Bryce Terang, the hitter. Terang 0 for 3 with a walk. First pitch, swing and a miss. Terang 3 out of 10 in this series, including a home run. A 1 coming. Bunting and missing is Bryce Terang. He's trying to lay one down on the third base side. Was not successful. Goes to show how tough Cade Smith has been all year. Terang trying to bunt his way on. Now the 0-2 pitch. Splitter just missed. And a challenge.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
Guardians challenging this. It would be strike 3 if it's overturned. And it's a ball. So wham. About an inch off the plate. Brewers win the challenge. Smith set again. 1-2 coming. Struck him out. Came right back with that splitter and strikes out Terang. 2 away in the 9th. And Andrew Vaughn, the last chance to extend this game for the Brewers. Hit with the bases loaded in the 7th inning and grounded to short. It was a nice play made by Brian Rocchio to retire Vaughn, who's 0 for 2 today with 2 walks. Smith's pitch is low, ball 1. Vaughn has seen Cade Smith the most. Former division foes. He's 0 for 4 lifetime against Smith. Bowers is on deck. 1-0 pitch. Bowers took it up and in. Let's try and get something across against Smith, who's got the most saves in the big league since July of last year. Here's the 2-0. That's low. 3-0. Don't need a bloop and a blast. A walk and a blast would work just the same. Pitching staffs on both teams have been doling out walks pretty consistently. 16 of them in the game. 3-0 pitch to Vaughn. How about 17? Tying run coming up in the form of Jake Bowers. Ortho ASAP walk. Ortho ASAP walk right in there is the difference. Bowers today 1 for 3. Walked in the 8th inning against the first pitcher of that frame. That was Gaddis. He gets Cade Smith representing the tying run. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike. Vaughn goes to second base on a difference. Bowers has faced Smith twice. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Smith ready. The 0-1. Line to left. Over his quad. makes the catch, and the Guardians steal a game in the series. Final score 4-2. Brewers still win 2 out of 3 against Cleveland, but cannot finish the sweep. We'll have the final totals for you when we come back as the Guardians take one in the series. A 4-2 final on the Brewers Radio Network.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite.